Hi, my name is Camden Stanley, and I'm proposing a solution to lack of funding in the education system. The problem is that most schools do not have enough funds to correctly support their students. Classrooms lack resources that students need for success. Schools may lay off teachers in order to save money, which creates issues like larger classroom sizes and can cause the remaining teachers to be burned out just because of how much extra they're taking on that they shouldn't have to be. Lack of funding also affects other aspects of the school, like after school activities such as sports, clubs, musicals, anything that involves a group after school. So where does the money come from in the first place? Most public school funding comes from the state and local resources as well as some federal. This means that high poverty areas receive less funding than areas of low poverty. So if you think about like a community where a majority of the housing incomes are lower, then their taxes are that go towards the school are going to be lower than places of low poverty where the majority of the income is higher, and then so more money is going to the school. So that's what it means to have the high poverty areas receive less funding than areas of low poverty. So what happens if the problem is not solved? Since this has been a problem for many decades, the chance of it correcting itself is slim. Students' education quality will only continue to decrease. Many students will fall behind and even be shorted out on the education they deserve, which will result in lifelong issues. You can even see here in the picture chart or the picture demonstration of Johnston County schools and what each student is approximately underfunded in our area, which is $3,000 per student. So that means from kindergarten to 12th grade, each student is underfunded by that amount. So what solutions have been tried? Many solutions have been tried over the years. Things like raising county tax rates have been talked over, trying to create the school to be self-sustainable. However, this does not meet the funding gap. Fundraising has been successful in many schools through school dances, bake sales, and more. Since fundraising has already been proven to be successful, the proposal is to create an ongoing yearly set of fundraisers. This is just taking it to the next level. So the proposal is schools should be able to provide the necessities to maintain the school, as well as students and staff. A way to obtain more funds is through fundraising. There are unlimited ideas when planning a fundraiser. Having more funds will allow the school to meet its needs. So the positive outcomes of more fundraisers to raise money is students will succeed due to higher quality education, teachers and classrooms will have the resources they need, schools will be able to put on activities like sports and plays, and what is needed for the fundraisers. Volunteer committee that handles the school fundraisers, donations, a way to promote the fundraisers, so a way to post on social media, a way to create flyers, and a way just to get the word out about the fundraiser. And then lastly is supplies. What is a good solution? Fundraisers do not have to cost a lot of money to be put on. Like in the previous, what is needed, all of that is cost-friendly. Volunteers, you don't have to pay them. Donations are donations, and flyers can easily be done cheaply, like posting on social media doesn't necessarily cost anything. And then supplies can all be brought in or can even be bought at costly, cheap ways. So who cares? And how is it going to be done? Well, a lot of people care about the school and the students in it. Teachers care, and they care about their classrooms and what resources they have to teach with. The staff also cares about the students and their teachers and what resources school has to offer to the students and teachers. Parents and family members care about their students and what education the students are receiving. And then the students care because they're the ones learning the education. If they don't have what the correct resources, then they're going to struggle to learn, or they're going to struggle to have the correct education. So how can it be done? There needs to be a volunteer committee They will handle the production of the fundraiser. Once they create a fundraiser idea, they will need to have a goal of how many volunteers they need, and then they will need to recruit that many. A list needs to be put together of all the things this fundraiser needs, which could be props, funds, supplies, etc. Then, taking this list and figuring out how each item will be obtained. So whether it's asking a local business for something, or asking donations from people, or figuring out someone who has a higher platform on social media that can get the word out more than others, and just whatever is needed. And then lastly is promoting the fundraiser by posting on social media, sending home flyers, and posting flyers around the school. So invest in the future by investing in the schools. Schools are underfunded. This affects the school, its students, and the staff. A way to increase funds is through fundraising. Increasing the quality of education that students receive impacts them in ways that cannot even be shown. A little goes a long way, so invest in the future now. And here are the references that I used for the slides and where I got the information. Thanks for listening, and I hope you invest in the future.